Some movies promise adventure. Others make you feel like you're holding the map yourself. Treasure hunt films aren't just about gold, jewels, or ancient artifacts. They're about obsession, riddles, betrayal, and the thrill of chasing something that may not even exist. They take us through deserts, jungles, oceans, and forgotten ruins. They turn historians into heroes and thieves into legends. Every clue matters. Every trap could be fatal. And when done right, the journey becomes more valuable than the treasure itself. From swashbuckling classics to modern globe-trotting epics, these are the ultimate cinematic adventures. The puzzles are smarter, the stakes are higher, and the rewards are unforgettable. These are the top 10 best treasure hunt movies of all time.
National Treasure 2004. National Treasure transforms American history into a puzzle box filled with codes and conspiracies. Nicolas Cage plays Benjamin Franklin Gates, a historian determined to prove his family legacy by uncovering a treasure hidden by the Founding Fathers. The film cleverly integrates real historical landmarks, including the Declaration of Independence, into its narrative. The clues unfold rapidly, creating constant momentum without overwhelming the audience. Cage brings eccentric energy to the role, making complex riddles feel exciting rather than academic. The chemistry between the core trio adds humor and tension to the chase. While some critics dismissed it as implausible, the film embraces its fantasy with confidence. It understands that treasure hunts thrive on imagination. The movie blends education with entertainment, sparking curiosity about hidden history. It may not aim for gritty realism, but it delivers pure escapist adventure with satisfying twists and high stakes.
The Goonies, 1985. The Goonies turns childhood imagination into a full-scale pirate adventure. Directed by Richard Donner and produced by Steven Spielberg, the film follows a group of misfit kids who discover an ancient treasure map and set out to save their homes from foreclosure. The journey leads them through underground tunnels, deadly traps, and the legendary treasure of One-Eyed Willie. What elevates this film is its sincerity. The friendships feel authentic, the arguments are messy, and the danger feels real without becoming cynical. Each character has a distinct personality, from the inventive Data to the endlessly optimistic Mikey. The practical sets create a tangible sense of wonder rarely replicated in modern CGI-heavy films. It's chaotic, loud, and heartfelt all at once. The treasure becomes secondary to the bond formed during the adventure. Decades later, The Goonies remains a rite of passage for anyone who ever dreamed of finding hidden riches.
Uncharted 2022. Uncharted adapts the popular video game series into a globe-trotting cinematic spectacle. Tom Holland plays Nathan Drake, a street-smart thief recruited to locate Ferdinand Magellan's lost fortune. The film moves rapidly across cities and oceans, delivering large-scale action sequences, including a mid-air cargo plane battle. Mark Wahlberg adds seasoned cynicism as Sully, creating mentor-student friction. The treasure hunt unfolds through cryptic clues and historical mysteries, keeping momentum steady. While critics debated its faithfulness to the source material, audiences embraced its energetic pacing. The production design emphasizes grand set pieces and exotic locales. It channels the spirit of classic adventure films while modernizing the action. The treasure itself represents legacy and ambition, pushing characters to question trust. Though lighter in tone than some classics, Uncharted delivers accessible blockbuster excitement for a new generation of explorers. Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl, 2003. Pirates of the Caribbean revived the swashbuckling genre with swagger and supernatural flair. Directed by Gore Verbinski, the film follows Captain Jack Sparrow's pursuit of a cursed Aztec treasure that transforms pirates into undead skeletons under moonlight. Johnny Depp's unpredictable performance redefined the pirate archetype, blending humor with cunning unpredictability. The treasure isn't just gold, it's a curse, adding moral consequences to greed. Sword fights feel kinetic and inventive, while the Caribbean setting provides lush escapism. The balance of practical effects and early CGI creates memorable visual moments without overwhelming the story. The film's success reshaped blockbuster filmmaking in the 2000s. Beneath the spectacle lies a classic treasure hunt structure built on betrayal and shifting alliances. It captures the romantic danger of piracy while delivering crowd-pleasing thrills. Few modern adventure films match its charm and rewatch value. The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, 1948. Long before modern action spectacle, The Treasure of the Sierra Madre explored the psychological cost of greed. Directed by John Huston, the film follows three desperate men searching for gold in the Mexican wilderness. What begins as hopeful opportunity slowly descends into paranoia and mistrust. Humphrey Bogart delivers one of his most intense performances, portraying a man unraveling under suspicion. The treasure itself becomes less important than the way it corrupts those chasing it. The harsh desert landscape amplifies isolation and tension, turning nature into a silent antagonist. Unlike flashy adventure films, this story is grounded in realism and moral consequence. The pacing is deliberate, allowing the character's transformation to feel inevitable. It's a cautionary tale disguised as a treasure hunt. Decades later, it remains one of cinema's most honest examinations of obsession and human weakness.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1981. Before cinematic universes dominated Hollywood, Raiders of the Lost Ark defined pure adventure storytelling. Directed by Steven Spielberg and created by George Lucas, the film introduced Indiana Jones, the fedora-wearing archaeologist who made dusty relics feel electrifying. The plot follows Indy racing against Nazi forces to locate the Ark of the Covenant, believed to hold imaginable power. What makes this film timeless isn't just the treasure, but the relentless pacing. Every sequence escalates, from collapsing temples to desert chases. Harrison Ford's performance balances charm, vulnerability, and grit, making Indy feel human despite the spectacle. The practical stunts give every explosion weight and danger. John Williams' iconic score transforms the quest into myth. It's a blueprint for modern adventure cinema, blending history, fantasy, and action with near-perfect balance. Even decades later, it remains the gold standard for treasure-hunting thrills. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, 1989. The Last Crusade elevates the Indiana Jones formula by adding emotional depth through family conflict. This time, the treasure is the Holy Grail, pursued across Europe in a race against Nazi forces. Sean Connery joins Harrison Ford as Indy's father, creating a dynamic filled with humor and unresolved tension. The puzzles feel more intricate, rooted in religious symbolism and ancient trials. Action sequences remain thrilling, from tank battles to booby-trapped temples. The chemistry between Ford and Connery adds warmth rarely seen in pure adventure films. The Grail itself represents more than immortality. It symbolizes reconciliation and faith. Spielberg balances spectacle with character development seamlessly. The climax avoids excess, choosing restraint over explosion-heavy chaos. It's adventurous yet personal, proving treasure hunts can explore relationships as well as relics. For many fans, this installment represents the emotional peak of the franchise. Romancing the Stone, 1984. Romancing the Stone blends romance, comedy, and jungle adventure into an irresistible treasure hunt. Directed by Robert Zemeckis, the film follows a sheltered romance novelist who travels to Colombia to rescue her sister and finds herself entangled in a quest for a priceless emerald. Michael Douglas plays the rugged adventurer who guides her through danger. Their chemistry fuels the story, mixing tension with playful banter. The jungle setting feels vibrant and unpredictable, filled with smugglers and rival treasure seekers. The film balances humor with real peril, ensuring the stakes never feel trivial. Kathleen Turner's transformation from timid writer to capable survivor anchors the narrative emotionally. Unlike darker treasure films, this one leans into charm without sacrificing excitement. It paved the way for adventure rom-com hybrids that followed. The treasure may sparkle, but the evolving relationship becomes the true reward. The Mummy, 1999. The Mummy resurrected pulp adventure with supernatural horror undertones. Brendan Fraser stars as Rick O'Connell, a rogue adventurer who uncovers an ancient Egyptian city alongside a team of treasure seekers. Their discovery awakens a cursed high priest, turning the hunt for riches into a fight for survival. The film blends action, humor, and mythological spectacle with impressive practical effects.
Rachel Weisz brings intelligence and determination to the role of Evelyn, grounding the chaos. The desert landscapes and tomb interiors create immersive atmosphere. Rather than pure greed, curiosity drives the expedition, making the consequences more tragic. The pacing rarely slows, balancing character moments with explosive confrontations. It feels like a serialized adventure brought to life with modern energy. The treasure may be buried in sand, but the film's enduring popularity proves some adventures never fade. Treasure hunt films endure because they tap into something universal: the desire to explore, the thrill of solving the impossible, the hope that something extraordinary lies just beyond the horizon. And in these stories, the journey is always worth the risk.